Yeah, first and foremost, man, I just want to thank everybody who stayed. You know, first and foremost, my name is Marcus. I'm an addict. And this whole day I've been like praying, but with my big ego, you know, it tells me it's going to be 500 guys out here. You know, but the God that I serve, He does what He does. So you know, I got to show up, and I'm showing up. You know, when he read about that service thing. It's supposed to be this whole conference is about service, posture of the heart, service. One of the things I found out about service is I couldn't do service until I did some work in recovery on myself, and I never realized how important service was. Service is that guy that when you get in that meeting, that coffee's made. Service is the doors open, floors swept. Service is the gentleman back there in that kitchen, regardless of what, serving us, you know, and doing the best they can. Every year I see a different group of guys back there in the kitchen, you know, and it's been up to church all these years until today. When I first came in here, I thought my main cat, Andrew, I kind of adopted this guy, man, like a son, and I went up to him, and it wasn't Andrew, it was his brother. I said, man, what are you doing? He said, no, this ain't Andrew. And it kind of shocked me, man, you know. But service. You know, I'm doing some things now and I haven't done before. My clean date is August the 29th, 1989. I've been clean for 31 years. And you would think that I have it somewhat together, but no, that's not true. It's an ongoing battle, man. What I read, and my sponsor always tells me this, I don't take no book or nothing up there. Don't read from, you know. But what I found out is I do what I do the way when I ask God to guide me, man, and lead me, you know. And the reading today in a basic, just for today, was losing self-will. And it talked about egos and how, you know, once our egos were so large and dominant, we take a back seat to it now. We're in harmony with a loving God, and we find that we lead richer and fuller lives when we lose self-will. And I had to learn that through another group of guys I'm with, that we serve as people, man. You know, we try to help out folks, but I want to talk about me. I want to talk about me. See, this is something that y'all don't know. I've been here a while. I've been through a lot. But I'm not going to give you that same old war story like I've been through a lot. I'm an ex-Marine, ex-police officer, ex-Allegheny County Deputy Sheriff, ordained minister, had a church, ran some businesses and all that. I mean, I've done a lot. But I really, really didn't know what I was doing. And what I found out, man, that I always had a heart of service. When I was in the service, when I was in the Marine Corps and the Vietnam War was going on, I went to join the Marines because my best friend got drafted, and they said he could stay home a couple extra weeks. He said if I joined, you know, the service, and that's what I did. I was 18. And he went one way. They sent him to Camp Pendleton. They sent me to Camp Lejeune. Yeah, Camp Lejeune. From Lejeune, I went to Geiger. You know, I came out of boot camp with I was the guide arm because of my height. I came out of boot camp as a Lance Corporal with a stripe on you, and that's hard to do in the Marines. That's very hard to do. So back then I knew I had a heart for service to be able. I wanted to serve my country, man. Always, I hated to get high. I hated it. I got high because my buddies, man, in high school after football, they drank, we smoked weed, whatever, and I hated to get high. I want to tell you about a guy that what I found out is what's real important, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. And I'm talking about, when I say what you sow, is before I picked up the drug. You know, and coming in here in the first 10, 15, 20 years, just crazy. I've been married 4 times. I got 8 kids, about 20 grandkids. And I lost 2 wives. One wife died from cancer. And then I lost another one from pneumonia. But I kept getting married because I thought that would fix me. I thought if I had the right person, the right woman or something, that would fix me. But what I found out was this: you reap what you sow. And you know, a friend of mine, we just sent him home. We just buried him last Friday. And he would always tell me this. And him and I have been all over this United States together, and he would say, Marcus, tell your whole goddamn story, man. They need to hear your story, Marcus. And I would tell pieces and parts. I'd go as far as I thought I could go, but I wouldn't go deep. And when I mean deep down on the inside, because what I found out, let me put it to you like this. And I know I don't stand up here by myself. The lies we tell ourselves. What I put out here in this world, we get it back. I'm going to get it back. I'm getting it back now, and you're going to get it back. So whatever you put out, trust and believe this, man, it's coming back. I guarantee you that. You know, you reap what you sow. And I've done a lot of different things. Some things I know I shouldn't have done as far as dealing with women, this and that. And I know I'm reaping some of that now. I'm reaping some of that. I had a lot of things going on, you know, businesses and all the little toys and that stuff that go with it, the cars and all that crap, helping a lot of people in recovery, you know, running treatment centers, doing all kind of stuff. But what I found out was this: I was doing stuff, but I wasn't doing me. I wasn't working the steps. I wasn't working the traditions. I was going to conventions. I even spoke at the World Convention about 4 or 5 years ago. You reap what you sow. And there's another saying that it kind of sticks to me: the chickens come home to roost. And I say that because eventually, when chickens come home to roost, that's actually saying they come home to have their eggs, but they live in these nests filled up with shit. But they come home. It's like, okay, let me put it in perspective, Mom. Trump, you reap what you sow. You know, I'm not talking politics, I'm talking people. When I look at different men and I see the things they did and the things that I did, there's no difference. It's just on another level. You know, and stuff that I did wasn't bad as, you know, nobody else, but I know what I did to myself, and I know what I did to people I said that I loved. And it don't feel good. I'm not the same guy I was 30-something years ago. I'm totally different. This program has humbled me. Service has taught me. Service, to be able to help people. God had showed me mercy in that. Because if I wasn't doing that, then I was totally self-centered. Me. We say the core of this disease is total self-centeredness. I don't know why I stayed clean this long. I have no idea. But I had one idea, that I believed in a power greater than myself. I believed in something bigger than me. And I pray a lot, and I ask, would you just please help me? Because I wanted to change, man. I remember Ron, the last time Ronnie was here, and he passed on. That was a couple of years when he was up Whitaker. Ronnie had a lot of time. I think he relapsed. And I've been around a lot of other guys with 30, 35 years who have relapsed. from this disease. This disease is nothing to play with. It's calculated. It'll fuck around, and it'll set you up in January just so you can get fucking high in November. You can sit back and play with it if you want to. You don't have to do service. You don't have to, posture the heart. How can my heart be in the right posture if I'm not doing the work, the inside work on me? If I'm not standing up here telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. No longer do I have to wear masks and be a certain way. I can come in here and be the key to all this that I'm finding out for me, the key for Marcus. I'm going to show you how crazy this disease is humility. My name is not even Marcus. That's not my name. My name is Mark. My mom named me Mark, and I guess back in 71 or 72, there was real cool guys in the neighborhood. They snorted cocaine and drank Boost Form, whatever the hell they was drinking, man, Hennessy, whatever. And I thought Mark would sound cool, so I just grabbed me a fucking name. Some guys was talking about Muhammad Ali, so and so on, all types of names and shit. I grabbed the name, and I kept that name. Marcus is dead. He don't live no more. I'm going to show you how crazy the name is. My oldest son, his name is Marcus Jr. He don't even know that he ain't no fucking junior. I don't know how to tell him. But that's the craziness of this disease, man. And when I was in the service in the Marine Corps, all my papers say Mark, M-A-R-K. And my mother would always ask me, why'd you change your name? That was the beginning of wanting to be something that I wasn't. Wasn't nothing wrong with Mark, but I always wanted to run with the herd. I wanted to run with the guys. I wanted to, get high, this and that. I wanted to knock off chicks, I wanted to do all the things I thought was cool, slick, and hip, but that was a bunch of bullshit. I had cats like this. I had two best friends. One's dead, the other one's still alive, and we'd be on our way to school. I say this all the time. We'd be on our way to school on Monday and walking to school, and one of the guys would say, hey, Mark, who's your father this week? That type of shit. I get a phone call from Western Penitentiary, this was from Somerset, State Correctional Institution. Is your name Marcus Harvey? Is your name Reverend Marcus Harvey? So-and-so, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm saying, who the fuck is this? This is Captain so-and-so. Said, your father just died about 2 hours ago. He had a massive heart attack. My father spent 67 years in the State Correctional Institution. When I met my dad, I was Allegheny County Deputy Sheriff taking prisoners into Western Penitentiary. And he couldn't say nothing to me because I was the police, and people who worked in the kitchen wasn't allowed to speak to the police. And I couldn't tell, my buddy was this big Polish kid, about 6'9", Jimmy. I couldn't tell Jimmy that was my dad because I was embarrassed. But at the same time, I had a syringe in my sock, in my uniform, so I could hit myself real easy. See, in the end, it was all fucked up. It wasn't the way I thought it would be. And then I couldn't stop using. I couldn't stop. I hated to get high, and I couldn't stop using, man. And I would do anything, with all that slick stuff, man. It just didn't work. You reap what you sow. And even things might be quiet now, and you're in recovery, and I'm in recovery, and this and that. You got some time in recovery, you're doing some work in recovery. If you don't do the fucking work, you ain't gonna change. This program's about change, man. I pray and I ask my higher power, God, would you help me move this? I got this big mountain in front of me. This big mountain is ego, self-centeredness. Would you help me get better with this? Would you help me? And what I get from my higher power is, God will move that mountain, but you better bring a shovel with you. He ain't gonna move it by itself. Only way it's gonna move is if I dig up the dirt and move it myself. But he'll show me how. The lies I tell myself. I try not to tell myself those kind of lies anymore. The cars, the stuff I thought was important, the houses, I'd walk in a meeting with a 3-piece suit on. Hey, Marcus, hey. Like I'm a politician or some shit. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? That's bullshit. Not respecting this disease, man. But I respect it now. I've been through a whole lot. Some cats I know, you know, the ones that know me, been through a whole lot. And look. Helped a lot of people. Helped a whole lot of people. Put them in treatment. I mean, thousands. But couldn't help Mark. Not Marcus, Mark. Couldn't help Mark. Had a sponsor. He became like a father. My best friend. I had to get another guy that had less time than me. You know, had less time than me. A guy that I believe that he was working the steps he was trying to change in this program. And I had to humble myself and say, look, man, would you sponsor me, man? Would you help me with these steps and traditions? And I watched this guy. I watched him closely. Yeah, he would joke. But when he took a hit one day, he wasn't joking no more. I watched him take a real hard hit. But he was still standing. Posture of the heart, man. Service. Service will keep you clean. Service kept me humble this last 5 or 10 years. Helping other people, man. I had, when they called me to come to the speak at the World Convention, I didn't have the money. I didn't have a car. I mean, I had my apartment. You know, I'm a vet, and I'm on a fixed income now. I'm 68 years old now. I said, I can't go. I don't have the money or nothing. I just can't go. I was telling him, I'm not going, man. I can't. I mean, I don't have nothing. I can't even get a ticket. That was my way of getting out of it. But there were some guys from Chicago that I knew had called me up and said, just be at the airport at such and such a time. And there'll be a ticket there for you, a round-trip ticket from Pittsburgh to Florida. When I got to Florida, I didn't have nowhere to stay, and there was a couple other guys. This guy's dad owned one of them, what do you call it, places, you know, what do you call it? Timeshare. On a golf course. Living like fucking unbelievable. I ain't have a penny. Unbelievable. Cat picked me up. Just beat the fuck up. But I showed up. One thing I always did, I showed up, man. I came back in here to tell y'all the truth, man, what the fuck happened. You know, I had to tell y'all the truth. I had to tell y'all I lost everything. Everything. I lost wives, I lost money, I mean millions, I lost it. But that ain't the issue. You know what the issue is? I lost me. That's the issue. Use God when I could use God. I was called, I was ordained, I had a church, I did church services, I wore a collar and all that, but I didn't believe that. How did I get there? Clean. Clean. You reap what you sow. And when God finally got a hold of me, and if you're an atheist or agnostic, don't worry about it. Whatever's your higher power is your higher power. Ain't no big deal. And that's what I had to learn about in here. I didn't need all that stuff. That was another cover-up. Using God. And asking God for forgiveness. And he was merciful. He said, I want you to go back. Go back in there and tell them the truth, the story. Some people thought they knew the story, but they didn't know the story. They didn't know the pain that I had. They didn't know how bad it was. They didn't know how I really didn't have a relationship with my mom or nothing, because my mom worked 2 jobs. She did the best she could. My father was in jail. My both best friends, they had moms and dads. I mean, one was a Cub Scout leader. The other one, we took us fishing and shit. I never had nobody take me fucking fishing. I never had nobody tell me about the birds and bees, except the cats on the corner. I never had nothing. till I got here. You reap what you sow. I'm still sowing now. I thought I'd be reaping by now, but nope, I'm still sowing. And I'll be that way until God gets done with it. But I know what? I'm not the same guy. I have learned some lessons. I'm with some guys that are younger than me. They give me motherfucking hell. But I keep showing up. Because I know I'm supposed to show them some things that I know. The right way to do shit. I had to learn. I got friends. I got buddies that is doing service now. That's all they do is help guys get housing, this and that, you know. But you got to have a heart for service. If you're in service for money, you got to be out your damn mind. We don't have no money. Only way I give back to my higher powers is to come and tell the story. All of us got a story. Your story ain't no better than my story. Our stories is the same. It's always about using, man. It's always about using. It's been a long time. I've been on a hell of a journey. 31 years. Look, I've been here almost half my damn life. You don't have to come in and stay as long as I stayed. I'm still here. And I guess I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. Because I'm scared to go out there, because I know if I pick something up, I know I'm going to die. I know that. He already showed me. Or I'll be on the hill, Center in Kirkpatrick, 12 o'clock noon on a Friday, butt naked in the middle of the street, directing traffic, and y'all be talking about me and shit. And wasn't that guy? I could hear Andrew calling me. I mean, what the fuck did you do? He would go fucking crazy. Some cats come along, man, and they kind of just stick to you. I'm watching these other guys grow, man. I'm watching these other guys put together, and this other little group, it's all about helping people, man. You know, and I'm watching them get new cars and, you know, necklaces and, you know, all that shit. I've been there. I've done that. And I'm glad for them. But also I know this. That shit, it made me look a different way. Like, it was better if you had shit, you was cool, clean. But if you didn't do no work, if you didn't work the steps or work the tradition, the book says everything got to change. You ain't got to change it. Stay here long enough. Either you're going to fucking use or you're going to change. Them broads, oh my goodness. Coming here getting arguments about you with one broad and another guy's with her, all of a sudden the guy quit talking to you and shit behind. I mean, crazy shit. 5-10 years later down the road, you don't even know why y'all two quit talking for 10 years. Crazy shit. I just try to do the best I can now, man. I try to help whoever I can, wherever God sends me. I try to do that help, man, do that work. And I don't have enough money to pay Narcotics Anonymous back for what Narcotics Anonymous has given me. Narcotics Anonymous isn't my life. Narcotics Anonymous has given me a life that I didn't have. Narcotics Anonymous is not black, white, red, or green. Narcotics Anonymous, we don't give a fuck which color you are. The disease and the pain is the same. The stories are the same. I'm not the same guy. And I think the biggest thing I could tell y'all is how I wanted to be somebody that I wasn't the whole time. I couldn't be all right with being Mark, not Marcus. So don't call me Marcus. Help me out, please. Call me Mark. Remind me. Don't call me Rev. Call me Mark. Yeah, I'm still ordained. I might marry a person here and there, but I walk that line very carefully. I don't play with it like I did before. Because he made it a point to me, like whatever, we all got a purpose, man. We ain't here just for nothing. We ain't here just to stop using drugs. We got a fucking purpose. Each one of y'all individually. If you don't believe me, we don't even get to pick our own mothers and fathers. Where do our mothers and fathers come from? Who picks them? Anybody know? Anybody know? Who picks your mom and dad? God. Nobody else. He does that. There's some things he does that none of us do. And if you don't believe there's a higher power, just keep getting the information. You reap what you sow. Service. You go to a meeting, the door is open, the coffee's made, the chairs are set up, man. You know, newcomers there, man. Look, when you came here, that door was open. The coffee was made. Somebody was there for you saying, welcome. Welcome. Some old timer, man, he seen you a month later, man. Hey, Bill, what's up? And you looked at the old timer and said, man, you remember my name. Little tricks like that, just remembering a guy's name. How much that could help the guy. Say, how you doing, man? How you doing? My name is Mark. I'm an addict. I want to thank those guys that put up with me in this little group we got. I always think because I'm older, I know more, but that's bullshit. That's that ego tripping and all that shit. You know, it'll jump up and, you know, I'll get mad and say something like this. You know how old I am, man? You know how long I've been here, man? What the fuck? That's another mass I'll throw out there. Yeah, I've done a lot, man. But it has taken more now to change my life. To really help people for just because I should. The same way they helped me when I came here. The same way they put up with me when I came here. The same way they put up with me still as I stay here. Try to be a better father. A better son. My mom is still living now. She's in a wheelchair. She's a double amputee. She didn't have sugar or nothing. She worked she was a chef at Carnegie Mellon for 20-something years. And she stood in that water down in that kitchen, and she got bad circulation. They cut off one leg. 8 months later, they cut off another. I just buried my best fucking friend in the whole wide world. James. He was a messy guy, man. James had all kind of shit. He was slick. But that motherfucker knew that book. He knew the basic text and he knew the Bible. He would say something like, Marcus, look, man, you gotta read, man. You gotta do this, man. And he would give me something like, look, man, you know what the Bible means, man? It ain't nothing about religion. You know what it means, man? He said, spell. I said, Bible. He said, you know what it means? Basic information before leaving Earth. Kept it simple. He said, yeah, you need some faith, Marcus. You need some faith, man. You need to work on that shit. You need some real faith, man. Not the faith the bishop or the pope or somebody talks about. He's talking about some real faith. Some faith, F-A-I-T-H. Finding answers in the hurt. Where it hurts at. Down in here. Faith. It takes faith to go down in here. You can go 2 or 3 times, but when you got to go deeper, because it's deep in here, shit's still coming out. I'm thankful that God put me around some gentlemen that they put up with me. I've learned some things from them. I watched these guys do service, man. And I was, God damn, motherfuckers cook, clean, serve, comedians, for nothing. To help somebody else, man. So somebody else can laugh. We need you in Narcotics Anonymous. We need you more now than ever. So I can say, man, you reap what you sow. Thanks for letting me share.
Okay, you right here stand, and we're going to close.